I think because we spent so long on side quests last time, I'm going to make an effort to try to finish the Forbidden Woods in this stream as well. Last stream we had so little progress that I just think for the sake of moving things along, I am going to attempt to kind of speed run the Forest Haven a little bit. But also I also will say I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get stuck trying to get a treasure chart. I could have gone to Dragon Roost faster though, but I spent a lot of time just kind of mucking around in Windfall. Like when I divided it up in YouTube, it became really apparent that I spent a lot of time in Windfall. I actually don't know what this is. I'm just checking. Important thing. You might need the boomerang for that, actually. It's like, when dividing it up on YouTube, as an example, it became really apparent that, like, a ridiculously large percent of the last stream was just spent on Windfall. Just doing this hide and seek and everything. Like, it took basically, like, I guess after, you know, not Forest Haven, Forsaken Fortress, I guess story progress just kind of took a backseat for a little bit, which isn't necessarily a problem. But again, since we didn't technically do a dungeon last time, I feel it's only fair to do it this time. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's try this. Okay, that's not how that works. Good to know. Forsaken Fortress, the first visit, I don't really count as a dungeon though. It's sort of like a half dungeon, since you don't even have a compass as an example. And the first time you just kind of breeze through it so quickly, I don't quite consider it. Alright, so we need to come back here with the boomerang, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if that's important. It could just be rupees. It might be a treasure chart though, so that's why I feel the need to at least try to go for it. Obviously falling is not the way to get it, so treading lightly here. Wow, seriously game? That wasn't close enough? Sometimes hit detection can be a little wonky in this game. Wow, this room is bright. I'll be honest, I usually play this dungeon at nighttime, so it looks really weird seeing it in the day. It's kind of a new experience. I don't know if I'll get through this dungeon in this stream, or if we'll have the boss potentially for next time. Because this is a longer dungeon, but we got through the last one in like half an hour. So I have a feeling this will take like 45 minutes. If I had to make a guess. Alright, so we need to grab this platform from across the room. Like so. And... oh, this part is a little wonky. Because you have to take this little thingy. I don't even know what you'd call this. It's like a giant nut or something. But basically we need to transport this back in a way that we don't accidentally knock it off the platform. So I'd be a little careful here. Like that. That's always the concern. There's so many chests in this dungeon that are just really obscurely hidden, so... hopefully we can find them all without too much headache. And then we have to go back for a couple things in Dragon Roost. So that platform makes a move forward. So actually, we can just hit the spinner. We don't need to actually physically move this platform, I don't think. Yeah, so if we hit the spinner, in theory, it should move it. Which is a lot easier. Also, these degrade over time, so we have to kind of hurry. And it rolled off the edge. I think that is faster, though. The problem is, the platform naturally tilts. So you have to kind of position this so carefully, like this, so that it doesn't actually move too far. Okay, that should be good. Like that. Cool. Neat. Moving on, we have... I think there's those little spikies all around it, so we have to actually move it with the Deku Leaf. It's kind of weird, we get a power-up before the dungeon itself this time, but we also get a power-up in the dungeon itself. You know what, that chest at the beginning, we're gonna get later, I think. I'm saying this on record now, because we do have to come back here for a Tingle statue. Because we don't have bombs until the next dungeon. So I think that chest at the very beginning, it would be more efficient. Actually, is there a warp pot in the first room? I actually don't know if there is. If that's the case, then it wouldn't be any more or less efficient. Chunk up there. There's rupees. Let's actually grab those, because you need more rupees in this game than normal. You need like... In the GameCube version, you'd probably need about like... close to... I want to say 3,000 rupees. Probably closer to 4,000, potentially, because the Triforce charts... Mild spoiler, I guess, if you're watching this without having played the game. You have to find the Triforce late game. And... I'm pretty sure the charts cost like... 390 something rupees? So if there's like 7 or 8 Triforce pieces, that would put you around like 3,000. So yeah, that'd be right. This version took out Triforce charts, replaced them with normal C charts elsewhere. I'm pretty sure. In some or did they? I don't remember if they retained the same amount of charts. Either way, they took out Triforce charts, and in some cases where you get a Triforce chart, you just get a piece directly. Because this was kind of a remake, and they wanted to improve upon player feedback, and player feedback of the Triforce hunt at the end was not positive, because it just slows down the entire pace of the end game. Honestly, I never minded that much. Again, I was having this discussion a little bit earlier, but as someone who also like didn't mind Koroks, I'm probably not the best person to like ask about this though. But I never minded the Triforce hunt at the end. Forgot to do that. So we have to navigate the maze again. Ow. Also, these can't be destroyed, just as a side note. These are invincible, so they are to be avoided. Like that. And I think this is a joy pendant. No, it's a small key, so we actually did need to do that. Good thing. This is why I don't ever assume. So I don't assume, but this is probably useless, because as soon as I do that, it's gonna be something important. Actually, I think that's all there is in this room. I'm just gonna glide to avoid all that nonsense down there. Also, apparently there's something down here. I think this might be, like, rupees. I don't think this is important. Yeah, it's just 10 rupees. I mean, we have to do, like, more mini games with Salvatore. We have to do all the Triforce charts that they didn't remove. There's, I think there's a few other things that we have to actually pay for. So it is good to kind of collect rupees when you see them. Sort of on the way. We have a key, so we can go through this door. By the way, we can actually stand on this platform. I don't think we need that much magic, really. I guess a general note. We should actually be coming up on the mid-boss pretty soon. If I'm not mistaken. I think these are considered P-hats, which are like enemies from Zelda 1, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's where they first appeared. I don't think they're in Link to the Past, and I don't think they're in... They are in Ocarina, I know that much, but much bigger variants, and there are bigger variants in this game as well. I wish I knew the enemy names, and again, there's no way to tattle anything like Navi in the last game, so... Maybe that's why I never minded Navi, because I actually enjoy learning enemy names. I pictured Veridi from Kid Icarus and her naming all the types of piranha plants in that one Smash Bros. Thing. That's kind of how I am. I like knowing all of the enemy names. Just pretty much for fun. Mid-boss time. This might be like Mafia. You got a golden feather, keeping your spoils back. We need 20 of these. A certain strangeness emanates from the quill of this beautiful, shining golden feather. Winged girls are said to be infatuated with these treasures. Yep, we need to keep that in mind for later. So the Deku Leaf stuns it, which is really good to keep in mind. As we attack it, it loses its wings, and will become like the other enemies we fought earlier. I actually didn't know the Deku Leaf stunned it, to be honest. I just pushed X by accident again, and voila, it actually worked really well. Once you take out their wings, they're really easy picking. Piece of cake. And there you have it. That should be the boomerang. Also, hopefully health. Yep, it's health. Sort of. Not back to full, but better than nothing. We got the boomerang. Set it to and throw it with Y, X, or R. Target specific objects by holding the button. You set it to and aiming at something until the red targeting cursor changes to a bat. You can target the 5 objects at once. You know, one interesting thing about this game from a design standpoint is how the game gets less handholdy. You know, we don't have the king yelling at us about this. We don't have Tetra through the Gossip Stone. We don't have Medley telling us how to use this item. We just have this item now, and we're just free to use it as we see fit. It's actually rather nice. Also, these guys, if I can lock onto them. Oh wait, that's the grappling hook. These guys also give you golden feathers, so if you need a lot of them, which we do, this would be an excellent place to grind for them. I'm pretty sure in Ocarina 3D there's a trick where you can actually push a button to instantly retrieve the boomerang. I think that's actually the case possibly in this version, but I'm not sure. If that was just an Ocarina 3D thing. I don't really want to mess with him, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm climbing up. Now, obviously this is not the intended way to go, it's down there. We're going this way anyway, because I'm curious. I wanna see what's up here. I don't actually remember, to be honest. Is this the treasure chart I always think of missing? Nope, joy pendant. One hotkey that isn't in the original is switching tabs with the left button, left bumper, because this game didn't have a left bumper originally. The GameCube only had one shoulder button, two shoulder buttons, and one bumper. It was with the classic controller for the Wii that they started having two bumpers. Like, literally the rest of the industry. But Nintendo hasn't done analog since the GameCube. That was their last console with analog controllers, and it's kind of a bummer. I know a lot of people prefer analog, and I would agree. If it's used well, otherwise if it's not used well then it's like, just have digital. I swear we're missing a lot of, like, goodies. But I'm drawing a blank, so we're gonna check on. I say this, but I see this. I'm like, what is in here? This room is confusing to me. This is actually to the boss room. So we don't need to be here yet. Because we don't even have the boss key. I mean, it's good to do this, I guess, but it's not necessary. I just saw a locked door and was intrigued. But yeah, we're missing a key, I think. Oh, I guess we're not missing a key. We can just head in here anytime. Even though it's not entirely necessary to do so. I'm gonna see, actually. We could do this later, but I'm curious about doing it now.